I mean, electric does appear to be a Rolls-Royce type thing to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
And with self-driving,
Wow.
you've got a chauffeur.
Absolutely.
And they're saying that the AI of self-driving cars cuts down any possibilities to tiny percentages of crashes. So you can make the body lightweight and create any body you would want.
Yeah, well,
would it appeal to you to be working with that?
I think
you would have had your work cut out.
Well, I don't know. I did in the second edition of the book actually put in what I thought Rolls-Royce might do in the future as a shape, and I'll show it to you.
Yes, we'll show that.
And because I think you may as well, if you're going for Rolls-Royce, I mean, the thing is that you start off with A to B transport. You know, I mean, the car is A to B transport, but very quickly a Rolls-Royce became something else. And that's why I latched onto the idea of a yacht, because I think you don't have to have a yacht. It doesn't have to do anything really, a yacht. It just is. You know, you can just get in it and it is what it is, you know?
Yeah.
It's an entity in its own right. And to some extent, I think a luxury car at the level of Rolls-Royce, which is the highest, is not following normal rules. You know, it is something completely different, really. I mean, I'm not sure they actually do it, but I mean, to me, the idea of a sort of a multi-spoke wheel with painted brake calipers behind it. I mean, okay, if you're Porsche, but I really wouldn't do that for a Rolls-Royce, you know. It's just the wrong vocabulary.
Which at the time you had Bentley to make your sporting division.
That is an interesting juxtaposition. The Jekyll and Hyde.
Yes.
I mean, that was amazing. Stroke of luck, really, that I was involved in
resurrecting the brand. But we're going to do a separate program on that, because that will take a lot of time to discuss. And Rolls-Royce have, though, developed Black Badge, slightly sportier, a bit more, and they're bringing in a much younger demographic. Would that have been something that would have been around at the time in Crew?
Oh yes, a huge issue which marketing had to face. Well, and because styling got involved very quickly, is the fact that you're these days, as you know, marketing can target. I mean, the most precious thing you can have in the marketing world is a list of customers or people prepared to spend so much money on. I mean, that's gold dust. You know, you can actually, with modern intelligence, electronic information and so forth, you can figure out what percentage of any country is in the market for your product.
Yes.
And you can cut your cloth to suit. And Rolls-Royce, well, anyone with any sense is going to do that. And then you can start to subdivide the people who've got that money by age group. Because generally speaking, you know, you've got a definite age and what their attitude is going to be.
Yes.
So, I mean, nowadays you've got this very, very strong classic car market, which is appealing to a particular age group.
Yeah.
I mean, you can look at any of these rallies and meetings, and you can see the age group straight away. It's like going to a rock concert, you know. You can see a Rolling Stones concert. You can see
it's exactly who they are, who their audience is.
So, you know, and you're bound to get people with different values at different ages.
Well, interestingly, when you were at Rolls-Royce, it was a major turning point, I believe, in that previously Rolls-Royce owners generally had a chauffeur, and that it was the beginning of Rolls-Royce owners actually driving the cars themselves, and also that working class kids, say 17, 18, were becoming famous as rock stars, actors, and they wanted a Rolls-Royce, who were people that Rolls-Royce probably had never dealt with.
Well, it was the old anecdote about the Conduit Street, where the agents, London, a main agent was in London, At one stage, anyone wearing jeans was not allowed in. Get that scruffy herb out of here. 10 years later.
How did they know? How would you even know who was a millionaire or not?